We are live. I'm about a minute early, so I'm going to give it a few minutes for everybody to jump on. Hey, Louise. I just got everything live, so it may take a couple minutes for it to alert them. Hey, Leslie. We're going to have a little fun today. Let me see. Let me grab this for any of you. The link is in the description of the video, but I'm going to post it here too. Hey, Debbie. Happy Friday. The file is in the description of the video. It is also public in Designspace, so you should be able to find it there as well. But we're going to be creating a second card and showing you guys how I did that so that you can create using different shapes. So we're going to do that too. It doesn't always have to be a grad pop-up, so I'm going to show you guys one that we can set up to do for maybe a Mom's Day card too. All right, so let me just check the calendar. Today is our last live for the month, and then we will be live again on Monday the 2nd. I don't know that I'm going to be live. I may do a recorded tutorial for that one, but I am going to try to make it live. It just depends if I get all of our first of the month stuff done in time. All right, and giveaways. There is not a current giveaway, but one will be coming out on May 1st. So make sure that you're visiting craftingwithapril.co for the new giveaway on the 1st of the month. Don't forget that. And here is the gift card that we're going to be making today. It is a gift card base, really, and I have set it up on this one for a grad cap. Now you can put any image on that square pop-up as long as that square is covered. It won't hurt anything. I'm just going to close that out. I've already got it up. So, and these are the grad cap elements. So you would replace all of this stuff with whatever image that you wanted and whatever messages you wanted or sentiments that you wanted to put in there. You would replace those. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to use this same file. That way it will go quicker, and I'll show you guys how to put it together. And I'm just going to duplicate this base. And I'm going to just detach everything. I'm going to change the color so you guys can see. Oops. I scooted it. I don't want to scoot it. I'm going to change it to white so that you guys can see all of the stuff on there. Arrange. There we go. So you can see here, this is what that base looks like. And all it is a basic A2 size card. If you look, I've got this set at 4.25 by 11 so that it folds down and so that it will lift up. And it's also, let me just show you guys. Let me just go overhead. It's like an easel card too. It's kind of a mix match. Hi, Melissa. It's like a mix match card. It's your gift card. It's your easel card. It's your A2 size. And it's a pop-up. So, you know, just to kind of like a little fun fold. There we go. So here is what we have. So it will sit up like an easel card. Okay. But you can change this shape, this cutout shape. It can be changed. And we're going to do that in the second card. So if you've got the file and you've already opened it up, then you may want to, after we finish today, because I am going to save it in there. I'm going to hide it and save it so that you guys have it if you don't want to make your own. Okay, so I'm just going to detach this and get rid of it. And all that is two score lines changed to a cut line in operation type. That's all I've done. And I turned them at a 45-degree angle and brought them together at the point. And then I attached those. And then I aligned it center of this score line. And all I did was make sure that it was on the same positioning as the score line, so that I knew that it was in the correct spot. And then centered it horizontally with everything. That is all that was there to do the grad cap and the extra score line. So we know that when we do our score lines, I'm just going to move this one out of the way, we do it center of the card. So the first thing you're going to do is align center. We know that that makes our card 4 1/4 inches tall, or 5 1/2 in this case. It's 4 1/4 wide and 5 1/2 inches tall because we have it opening this way. So if I take 5 1/2, oops, goodness gracious, I don't know why I cannot get that to do that. I'm just going to start over, guys, like it didn't happen. There we go. Let's see if I can get it to change now. I think my mouse is dying. I really think that that's what the problem is. Is it changing now? My Facebook, not my Facebook, my YouTube has lag in it, and that's why I don't always catch it, because I know that it still hasn't changed on YouTube. There it goes. So that's what I can see the YouTube, and it shows me, and I know that there's like a 30 or 40 second lag, so it confuses me sometimes. Just going to make sure that everybody can see it now. So right here I've got my base, and I've got these two cut lines. That's what created this base over here, okay? And all I did was turn these at a 45-degree angle and flip it and bring them together at the base, and then I attached them. And then I brought them up to the same area. I'm just going to detach those. This score line is on the 12.375 and the 311. So I just need the 311 part. So all I did was bring this up to the 3.11. So I knew it was straight in line. And then all I had to do was align it, center it horizontally. Okay, and then I could attach that, and that's going to create that pop-up. Okay, but we're going to do a different shape on this one. And again, you only need, I'm going to slide that one out of the way. When we do our scores, we want it half of the card. So we're going to align it center, and then it aligns into the center. But to make that pop-up, I need half of the top of my card, which is going to be 5 1/2. Okay, so I want to place this on the 0. It doesn't matter what my area over here is on the vertical. I just need it at the 0 at the top, so I know where to place my second score line. Okay, and this is for any shape that you're going to do for your pop-up. Okay, you want to split this 5 1/2 inch in half, which is going to make it 2.75, correct? 275 and 275 is 5 1/2. So I'm going to make that 2.75, not 250, 2.75. I think it's time for a new mouse and a keyboard, since I poured coffee into these about 6 months ago. Arrange. I lost my score. So let's just undo. There it is. And we're going to bring this back up to the 0. And 2.75 is half. 2.75. There we go. And now we're going to select everything and align, center it horizontally. Then I can attach those. Now I have that base and it's ready to go. For the panels, you're going to want to do your panels, and I'm not going to duplicate all these because we have the size over there. This size is going to fit. We're only going to redo one of them, which is the one that fits here. Okay, we want to change that one up. So if you want your panels in there, you know that this is 2.75 by 4.25, and you want to make it a 1/4 inch smaller. So you would just basically get your square, and this is set at 4.125 by 2.625, I believe. Oops, I'm trying to. I have a post in my way. Why are you not going to the back? There we go. There we go. So this is what the basic size of each one of these panels are. Okay? And then we split 2 down here, even though there's not a score line. So you're going to need 4 of these. Then again, you're just going to duplicate that and make this 4 by 2.5, which is a 1/4 inch smaller than this piece, or an 1/8 inch. I think I did an 1/8 inch. It depends on what size you want it to be. I did an 1/8 inch on these. So you can just duplicate it and take this down to 4 by 2.5. Depends on how much border you want. Okay. And that looked nice to me because I just wanted a small pop of the color on that card. But if you want more pop of the color, just make that inset a little bit smaller. You can take it down to 4 by 2. 4. Let's see. If it's 4.125, you could take it down to 3.875 would be the width number. So I'm going to keep these 2 and I'm going to align them to the center, and I'm going to group that because we're going to be working off of this for our new shape. And to get our different shape on this card, again, you can reuse these 3. This is your gift card and these, and all I did was slice a circle out of those and create an offset for it. But since we already have this, we're just going to use these. We're going to go into our shapes, and let's say we wanted to do a flower card for Mother's Day where the flower popped up. You've got these lines down here, and you can grab, I got the circle, and this is the open-ended, and then I'm just going to flip it. Okay, and you can make that whatever size that you want to make it. You can make it larger, smaller, and let's see, I'm just going to make it 2.5 wide. That'll give me a good number to work off of. And while I have this here, I know that that needs to be at 2.75 because I have not moved my card. It's still on the 0, or should be. And I want to set that at 2.75. I want it to be in the same place as that score line. But I do need to align it and center it horizontally if you want it in the center. And then you can attach that. But I'm going to, let's see, I've made it 2.5. Let me just grab a circle and make sure everything is going to line up. And make it 2.75. And that will be fine. It's going to be a little bit bigger. You can make that 2.5. Not 7.5, 2.5. There we go. There we go. That's perfect. So now I can attach this. 2.75 was my score line, not my width of that. So now I have my base set, but I need to fix this piece. So I want to make this 2.625 because I want it to be 1/8 of an inch bigger, to slice out from the center of this. And the way I'm going to do that is arrange and move all of that to the front. If I can get it to cooperate. Let me send that to the back, maybe easier. I want to place this right in the center. I'm just going to align center horizontally. And that looks like it's, let me put that on the 325. And the reason I say that is because that is on the 275 and I need to kind of center that up. And that looks pretty good and centered to me. Now I need, this is 6.25, but you can use your crosshairs, and that's what I'm using to line them up on that score line. So I'm basically just lining that up. Another way that you can see if that is level is using your positioning tools here. I think it's going to be 875. 875 is what the measurements would be. If you want to split the 2.65 of the circle in half, you can do that. But if you set this up to the 1.875, that should be center of that score line. Hey Len. Hey Swirly. Lots of math in designing, guys. And so I'm going to line this and center it horizontally. And now I know that that circle is exactly where it needs to be for me to slice out of this. Now I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm going to make that one. I'm going to leave that one at the 2.5. Because I want it to be a little bit smaller. Because that's what I'm going to slice out of my top layer. This circle here, and I'm just going to make it black to make it easier for you. It's going to be sliced from the black layer, and the smaller one is going to be sliced from the white layer. Okay? And I'm just going to hold the white one and the black one. The black one is positioned where we need it, and I'm just going to line center. That way I know the white one is where it needs to be as well. So now we need to take this group and ungroup it. And I am going to select the white circle. I think I think I did that backwards. I did. The white circle needs to be from the black square. You want the smaller one. Am I right? I might be doing this backwards. Let me think. I am doing it backwards. The white circle needs to be from the black square. You want the smaller one from the larger. Smaller from larger. And slice it. And then the larger from the smaller. So I'm going to get rid of all of my slice pieces there. I'm just going to move to the back. Let me move that out of the way. Arrange, send that to the back. And this piece should have sliced. Nope. This piece should have sliced. There we go. So that one's sliced, and now I need to take the larger circle from the smaller square and slice. Ta-da! And now we have that sliced out of there. So now this one is basically set up. Let me group that. And ready to go for this one. I didn't align those center. Let's see. You'll see that they fit. Align, center. There we go. And then group. So now we have that one right there. Super easy and simple. Okay. Now I'm going to detach this because I ran into this, but it doesn't really matter. I like it because it helps me align things, because this is going to align right up to that edge, and it's going to allow my pop-ups. I don't think I'm going to change it. I changed it on the other one, but you can if you want to. If you're having a problem with your card, you can detach this, and you can make this like 0.4. And then align it center, because we just used it to get a basis for the card and then attach it. Okay, and that's just going to give you, and you'll see on this one, it didn't hinder this card at all that we did, but now that cut line is just on the inside of this. Okay, so if you're doing a larger pop-up or whatever, you can put a flower on here, anything that's circular, anything that will change, any image that you want to use, as long as it covers that circle when you go to do it. And I will show you that on the card here in just a second. Hi, Stella. So I am now going to group this, and I'm going to hide it, but it's going to be in the file. So if you already have the file, you'll need to open it up again to get that card base. And again, you're going to reuse these pieces. Oops, I forgot. I got rid of one of my black ones, didn't I? Let me duplicate that. There we go. Let me save that again. So if you already saved it, you might want to open it up again from the link that I gave you, and you will have both cards instead of one. Alright, and we'll pop over and I'll show you how to assemble it. Your assembly is going to be the same. It doesn't matter what kind of image that you use on that round one, as long as the circle part is covered. It's going to go together exactly the same way as we do this one. So let's make sure that this changes this time. It is my mouse. My mouse doesn't want to move. There it goes. So let's make sure that this changes this time. Let me give it a second on YouTube. I can't see if it changed yet or not, guys, so bear with me for a second. There it goes. Yay! So super simple and easy. On this one, I just used some navy paper or royal blue paper, and I used the cobalt pen, and I changed all of my writing with my pen, my drawings, to that royal blue instead of black. And then you have your gift card holder here, and it is an easel card, and this is the back side, and you can see that my grad cap is bigger than the square that I cut out. So that's what you need to pay attention to when you're selecting your image. You want it to be wider or larger, and that way it's going to stop it and keep it from flipping back through to the other side. Okay? And don't pay attention to this. I got it stuck before I realized I didn't line it up well. But we're going to line the second one up well. You're going to decorate yours with a napkin. I got some Tim Holtz stuff from my trays. And that's what I'm going to use on mine. It's the collage papers. So let's start with our base. I'm going to set this off to the side, guys. And you're just going to fold on your center score. Okay, and then you're going to fold here. Now I made the score line go all the way across, just easier, but you don't need to fold that. That can just stay just where it is. It's going to get covered up anyway, so it didn't really matter. And it makes designing when you want to change the shape a lot easier if you don't have two little bitty score lines. So that's why I left it as one long score line, so you guys didn't have to deal with that, and you could change your shapes just by taking out that cut line and putting whatever shape you wanted it to be. So that's all there is to folding the base. Right down the center, and then on the two side score lines. Super easy. I have lost my bone folder, but that's okay. I don't really need it. There it is. For this card. But give you a nice crisp fold. Alright, so then we're going to start with, this is the Cricut smooth glitter paper, and you'll have 4 of those. And we're going to take our Celebrate, And I did use glue on these, didn't hurt anything. But if you want to use your tape runners, you can do that. And I'm placing that right on one of the solid squares. And then my congratulations is my gift card piece. So we're going to put glue on the top of this one. And you're going to glue it right to that base that matches it. And of course it doesn't want to slide as well on that glitter. Even though it's smooth glitter, it grips. That art glitter glue grabs it fast. Get back on there. Alright, so we have that one. Then we have our other solid square. We're going to line that one up here. And this piece is off because I had to cut one by hand. I was testing something and I ran out of paper. So I may have to trim that one off. Yours should be fine in the file. And then we have this piece, our shape piece. Is that going to be too? It is. So this was a salvaged piece of paper. I hope I can get that right. I may get it a little too short, but it still goes together the same way. Yeah, I knew I'd get that one too much. Still going to go to the same way, even though mine's not perfect. So once you have those pieces done, you can then, I'm just going to flip my base around and we're going to put this piece on where it goes there with the cutout. And this is where you want to pay attention and make sure that you get it in the right place, so you don't have that white area showing from inside. So just pull it down, make sure it's lined up in there. Just like so. Alright, and then you should not have that white area on the inside. Then we're going to take this one. This is the one that says, "We're so proud of you." And it goes to the top inside. And you can give it a little space from the score. It's not going to hurt anything. And we're going to set that one to the side. And then this is the celebrate that goes to the front. This is the front of the card, and it needs to go on before you do your grad cap. And when you're doing your design, make sure that you're gonna figure out why I didn't have enough paper and I ran out. Make sure that you make this small enough, because if you fill it up and put it in the center of the card, when you go to put your image on, it's going to be in the wrong, it's going to cover it up, and you don't want to do that, because I did that. And I had already glued one of them. I cut two for the thing, and I had already glued one of them down, so I had to cut another gold piece. I messed up on a couple of them actually, and that's why one of mine was cut by hand. So now we have this piece. You're going to flip that over, and I like to use the tearing tape or double-sided tape, whatever it is that you want to use. And I'm just going to go down. You have plenty of room, so if you've got the little bit thicker or wider tapes, it will be fine. You can use that. for the sides, but you want to be careful at the bottom, okay? Because the card is not going to move far enough side to side that it's going to make a difference. But from the bottom, if it falls too far down, then you won't be able to see it. So what I do is the sides, and then I bring that just right up to the edge so that they can still get the card, but it's not peeping over the top all the way across. And then I put another line of tape. You can do a pencil mark or whatever. I just leave the card there. And start a line of tape right there. And again, if you've got the wider tape, just do the same thing. Just make sure that your tape, I'm just going to do 2 strips since I don't have the wide one out. And if it bothers you and you're afraid it's going to shift side to side again, you can lay it down on there, get it in there, and if you want to do another piece of tape, you can, but sometimes that makes it difficult to get out of the card. So I'm just going to peel those release liners. And if you want to use glue, you can use glue. I just find the double-sided tape easier for this part of the card. And then we're just going to bring that in. Just going to open that up. Line it up and pop it down. Give it a good rub. Make sure that tape sits down. And then your card will go right inside, okay? And it will act as your easel. Okay, now we get to play with, we're going to set that to the side for a second. I did prop mine up with dots. I've got different sizes here. I'm just going to take and pop one there, one there. And if you want to use a wobble instead, you could do that. The release liner came off of that one. I'm just going to put those there, and then I'm going to put one on the bottom corner of this. Which side is up? Put one on the bottom corner. And now we're just going to line that up. Got all my release liners off. If you want to stand it up so that it helps you align, you can. But I'm just making sure it's centered on both sides and the points are at the fold. And then we're just going to stick those down. Okay. And you want to hold on to that piece. Don't put it on yet, but if you're afraid you might lose it, you can put it on your dot. This dot's a little large. Hopefully I won't have any peeping out. There we go. So now I have that dot sitting there so I don't lose it. You have this little bitty teeny tiny piece. And by the way, you can get 2 grad cards out of the one sheet of gold, one sheet of the blue, and one sheet of the white. And you'll have some left over on a couple of them. So I found it easier to do this with my flower tool, but you don't need it. You don't have to have it. But I just found it was easier to roll using that. You can roll it around a toothpick. You can roll it around anything. Fairly easy. And then I just unrolled it a little bit. That's just going to give it some curve, but you can use, just be careful, you don't want to tear your tassels. You can use your bone fold or anything just to get it curling, okay? And you can use tape or glue, doesn't matter. Either one you want to use works fine. I'm just going to tape this one. I glued my other one. I'm just going to tape this one and see if one is easier than the other, so I can tell you guys. I'm just going to peel that tape off. I'm going to take this strip and just fold it right in half. Pinch it down. And I brought mine down to the ends of the tassel. Just stick it down on that end, and then a little bit of glue right here just to glue that fold. And then we're just going to start rolling it again. And it should roll pretty easy and stick. Again, you can use glue, doesn't matter. And then I just fluffed out the tassels. Hey, Linda. And then decide where you want it to land on your card. Doesn't matter, you know, you can pull it in or out. You've got your dot that's going to go over it right in the center, so you want to be hitting somewhere right in there. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little dot of glue in the center and bring this in. And you can, I glued my seam to the back. You can glue that side of the tassel down if you want to. It's not going to hurt anything. And then I'm just going to put my dot right over the top. Quick, easy, and simple. Doesn't get any easier. Does anybody have any questions on how those go together? Again, doesn't matter. You can do Mother's Day and pop your flower here. You can add some sequins, dots, school colors, anything you want on this piece. Just remember that this piece is upside down in the file, so you'll need to flip it if you're going to do writing on this. You want the point to the top, arrow up if you're going to write on this section. It is arrow down in the file just because that's the way it sits on those cut lines, just so they can be seen. So lots of fun and very versatile. Again, you can change those shapes out, whatever shape you want to put it in there. Make it anything you want it to be. Birthday, it would be cute on that round one to do a flower for Mother's Day or a balloon for a birthday. Can I show you a Mother's Day card? I have a few in my files. Let me see if I can find one and show you guys. Let's go to my projects. You can change the sentiment out on just about any card, and like if it says happy birthday or congratulations, and make it a Mother's Day card. Last week we did the center step base. That one would be a great Mother's Day card. I'm not sure who that is. I can't see my Facebook chat. Somebody ask. Sure, ask away. Let me get this to transfer over. It's going to make me click it about 10 times. There it goes. So this one, this is a center step that we did last week. It's free. It's a free file that I put into the group. I'm not sure who that is on Facebook that asked this. But you can simply go in and I will show you how to change that. Because this says live life in full bloom. You could basically leave that that for Mother's Day, or you could change it to whatever sentiment you want here. And then right here we did to the graduate, but you can detach and take that out, go into text and type in Happy Mother's Day, or either look up a Mother's Day sentiment. And then change that font. I'm just going to change it to a basic font, but you could pick just any writing font. I'm going to change that to writing. Then you're just going to shrink it down to fit on that card. You're going to select whatever pen, and when I go that small, I use extra fine. And then simply align, center, and attach it. And then that would say Happy Mother's Day on here. And then you could, again, on this base plate, detach it, come in here, and say I love you. I know that there's several images. So Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day, I love you. So we could grab this one and add that to the canvas. And then instead of that saying so proud of you, we can put in I love you right here. Align, center it horizontally, and you'll want to make sure that you kind of center that down to the center there. And then you would simply select that and attach, and now you've changed that from a Mother's Day, and you don't have to have this sentiment here. This was an extra. You've changed that into a Mother's Day card. So super easy and simple to change cards into Mother's Day. You went to change designing your own card for Mother's Day. You went to edit, and you cannot edit or change it anymore. Make sure that you are not pulling up make sure that you're not set on Joy up here. Make sure that you're on your Maker 3 or your Maker, and check it, because if you're on Joy or something like that, there's a lot of those that it won't let you change. Oh, you're welcome. I'm not sure who that is on Facebook, but you're very welcome. But you can do that with birthday cards too. All you have to do is go in and change those sentiments and make them your own. But as far as not being able to change, it would be because, let me pull this up real quick. Let me go to new. I'm going to replace that. Okay. So here I am, and I've got my machine family set on Joy. And let's go to projects. And let me go to cards. And some of these, like I can click on this one and it has a customize. But then I can come down here to some others. That one has customize too. Now I'll find everything customized. But you can select some of them, and you can see where it only has a make it button. Those are not customizable. So if you saved it, Linda, or tried to save it, I don't know how that would work. You may have saved it under a different machine type, because some of these I can go and where it says make it only, if I change it to my maker machine, then I have the option to customize. But when I have it set on Joy, I don't. So it's going to depend on, you had it set at something besides Joy when you set it and saved it. So check your machine family. If that's not it, I don't think Marianne's here. Lou, do you have any other idea what might be causing that? I know machine families can make a difference in whether or not you can customize on some things. Send me some screenshots, Linda, and I will see if I can't figure out why yours is doing that. Or see if you can copy the link, get the share link, and copy that link right there, and send me that link, and I'll see if I can open it and see what's going on. And send me a screenshot, too, of what message you're getting. It may be something as simple as you need to clear your cache or restart DesignSpace. Check the version of DesignSpace. Right. You couldn't get it to do it either. Are you, Debbie and Linda, can you tell me what version of DesignSpace you're on? I'm on 7.7.177. So if there's a glitch, I need to know so that I can alert them. But please send me your project. Debbie, if you can send me, guys, go on Messenger and message me with your project links, and I will see what's going on. And please give me a screenshot of what that project is, too. That way, if I need to take it to them and show them that there's a glitch, they can get on it. We can get it fixed as quick as possible. Right. Some of the images of Disney, you're on 7.7177. Okay, I am too. So that's perfect. So, yeah, go on Messenger, Debbie, and send me your link, and I'll see if I can open it, see if it's just me or maybe something on your computer. Oh, hey, Lisa. I wasn't sure who that was on Facebook. Is anybody else having that same issue where you tried to customize something and you couldn't? That was not Disney or any licensed image? Because like this one, I think this one may be. This one doesn't say. But just because it doesn't say it's licensed doesn't mean that it isn't. But this is Access. It should be customizable. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe because of the center cutouts. They didn't want it. Because if you change it, it could cut incorrectly. But that would be cute to change to a window instead of a gift. So I don't know why they aren't allowing that one to be customized. I don't know. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Guys, don't forget, if you have a project that you want us to do that's in DesignSpace, or you want me to show you how to create the base of something or a project, let me know and we'll put it on the schedule. I'm going to be making that. If I send it to cut, then can go back to the canvas. I don't know. Let me try it really quick. Oh wait, I'm on Joyce, so no, even if I cancel, that's not going to work. Let me change my machine here. I know you guys can't see, but I don't want to reveal some of the projects I've got coming up for you guys. So I'm trying to be careful. Let's see. I'm on Joy, and then I can go and check cards and get one that's not customizable. Write a sentiment on the inside if you can't customize it, other than maybe just doing a blank and doing it twice rather than, I don't know. Okay, so now I can't do it because I can't, once I hit make it, I can't change my machine family. Maybe they can if it's something that they customized already. Right. Okay. Yeah, autosave is only to you. When you save a card, it is only to you. This is new. So let's say that I customize this card right here, the jellyfish card, and I save it. I do a save as, and I'm just going to leave it at that and save. It's not going to save to anybody but me. Now if I want to share that, right here, I click on my share button and I copy the link, or I can come into, I think I have to customize it before I can share it to the community. So let me cancel that and add a shape. Let me put in an octagon. And save. Now, and share it. Share outside of Designspace. Now we can't do that. We used to be able to do a save as and then save it. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at that because I just did it yesterday and it was there, and now today it's not here. That's weird. It was there yesterday. I was able to do that. Because we can't do it down here anymore. Let's do this. Going to save. There we go. I changed the name of it. So now I want to share it. Can no longer do that. It has to be by the link outside of Designspace. So I guess because it's one of their cards. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it. I'll have to look into that. Good idea. Good idea there. Maybe I do have to go to my projects. I didn't have to do that yesterday, but maybe today, maybe I do. There it is. You're right, Shirley. It's new to all of us because they changed it. So now, because I was still on the original, Swirly's right. I was still on the original. Even though I had saved something to it, it was still showing the original. So I had to go to my projects, and now I can make it public. And it shows that it was inspired by that card. That was weird. You're waiting on your replacement, Lisa? That's how you share your project. If you upload anything into a project, you cannot share it. It is not shareable if you upload anything into it at all. Anything. You can no longer share it. It is for your use only. So if you just save your project, nobody's going to see it but you. And if you open up my projects, then you can make it public by sliding this one. Okay, you're not getting the option. Yeah, well, you can't click for only you because it doesn't exist anymore, Linda. It is for only you automatically now. Only you is automatic. Unless you go in there and do that slider that I just showed you, then nobody can see it. Nobody. Nobody sees anything unless you make it public to Designspace. That was confusing for everybody because it had only with the link and then only me, and then it had Cricut community or with everyone. And it was just very confusing for everybody. So what they did is when you save your project, it is automatically saved and nobody can see it but you. If you want to share it outside Designspace, you click on that share button and it gives you where you can copy the link, share it on Facebook, or share it on Pinterest. So you would copy your link. And if you wanted to put it in the Cricut community so that everybody at Cricut could see it, as long as you didn't upload anything, then you can do that slider button and it will publish it to Designspace and make it viewable to everyone. So you no longer have to worry about changing that. Okay? It's just going to make it easier for everybody. There was just a little learning curve there. Once you save a project and you make some changes to it, a Make It Now project, like Shirley said, it still shows the original, so you have to go out of there and go to your, I don't know why, because I did change it and it made it my project, but it still made me go to my projects and reopen it in order to populate that slider. I don't think it should, it's supposed to do that, but it is doing that. Okay? Because when I changed the name of it and did a save as, that should have been my project then. And it was, technically. Because I changed the name of it, added something to it. It was and when I do that, it doesn't affect the Make It Now project. So why it forced me to come out and go back in, I don't know why. So I'll check on that too, Shirley, because that was kind of weird. Because I did a save as, and it had the jellyfish card 1 in there, which made it my project from then, so I could add to it and save things to it. But it still forced me out in order to share it to Designspace. Alright guys, thank you to all of my supporters on Patreon, Ko-fi, and YouTube memberships. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you to my moderators and admins. Greatly appreciate you guys too. And I will catch you guys on Monday, either recorded or live. Schedule is going to be coming out, so you'll see the new calendar. It'll be in the group featured pinned post under the group photo. So the new schedule will be coming out. I'm going to try to get it out tomorrow. If not, it will be posted up by tomorrow night. Do you still find your projects in the same way? Let me open up Designspace for you guys. And when you open up and come into Designspace, Janet, right here, my projects. No more steps. If you want to do a new project, click New Project. Super easy and simple. My projects, New Project. Everything right there on page 1. Thank you, Leslie. And then when you're on the canvas, if you're in a new project or whatever, it's still right here Janet, still up here at the top, and that will take you to your projects. So super easy. I like the way that they got that simplified. Is my name there? You're in your iOS. Is your name in what? Oh, up here at the top. Yes. Hamburger menu. It's still there. The hamburger menu. You're just going to see your profile right there. Same from home. This is where it opens up. You've got your projects new and the hamburger menu. Still got your name and everything up there. You're on the app. Oh, let me think. On the app, there was an update to the app, and I have not had time to play with it. As a matter of fact, I have not updated my app yet, so I can't answer that right now. But if you will remind me or ask me in the group, I will pull it up and I will answer that question for you. So post it in the group. That way others who are using their iOS can see it too. Was I copying and pasting yesterday? Yes, you can copy and paste in DesignSpace. You can copy and paste. So now images have to be from DesignSpace, and the way that you're going to do that, and you're not going to see it on this because I'm using two different windows, but right at the top of your DesignSpace window, up here along the top left, you're going to see Cricut DesignSpace, File, Edit, View, and Help. And what you're going to do is go over, if I can get my mouse to move, we're going to go to File and New Window. And that's going to give you a new window, supposedly. So I have two windows. Let me open up a project here. I don't want to open up the wrong project. So I've got two windows open. Alright, and let's say that I am going to customize this image, but I want to change something in it for whatever reason. That was text, Janet. That was text. And once you do that, it's considered an upload. Okay? So let's say that I just wanted part of this image. So I'm going to ungroup it, and for whatever reason, I just want this. I'm going to right click, and I am going to copy. Then I'm going to go over to this window, and Command V, because I'm not getting my paste for whatever reason. Can we no longer copy and paste? Or is it broken? You're supposed to be able to copy and paste, or I'm lagging something. There it is. So right click and paste. Okay, so you can do that from one project to another in DesignSpace. Let me pull up let me put up some lyrics or something here. Let me pull up something. Okay, let's say that I wanted to pull in this right here. I could copy it. So I'm just hitting Command C on a, I highlighted it, Command C on a Mac. I think it's Control C on a Windows. Then I'm just going to open up my text box right here. Let me get that out of the way. I'm just going to highlight, and then I'm just going to Command V again. And it should bring that in there for the text. Now you can't do that with images, I don't think, but you can do it with text. And then I could change that to writing, or I can change that to a guide. Writing, it's going to send it over to the mat, and if I change it to a guide, it will not. And I have to get this window back so I can see your chat. You can do text. I don't believe you can do an image. I will try it. But I'm pretty sure that you can't. Let's see. And copy, because you have to, let's see, copy image. And see, it's going to bring up the last image that I had copied, and that's going to be from Designspace. So no, you cannot copy an image. I was pretty sure that you couldn't, but I was just going to make sure there was no glitch. I'll try a second one just in case. Copy the image, paste, and it's probably going to paste mommy again. See. So, yes to text, no to images. Okay? Did that clear that up for you? And now this is considered an upload, so I wouldn't be able to share this because it has an uploaded image into it. This one's still shareable because it has nothing but Designspace images. This one's no longer shareable because I imported that text. Even though I'm using Cricut Sans. I don't guess. Maybe it... We'll see. We'll see if you guys can open it. You can tell me. I'll save it as a test. It's probably going to take it a while to open though. If it will. And it says make public. I guess because I'm using Designspace Access font, it is. I don't know. Somebody can try to copy that link there and open it if they want. And that will tell us whether or not we can still share it if we paste text from outside. Because it is using the Cricut Sans. So I'm pretty sure that that should open. It should open without any problem. Because that would be the same as typing it, basically. Right? Would be the same if I typed it as if I pasted it in there. And because I'm using the Cricut font, it should open, guys. So, yeah, you should be able to do that. Alright, does anybody have any more questions on Designspace? Loving these questions, guys. It's making me think. Alright, think up some more questions on Design Space and we will go over those on Monday. Alright? Or you can ask them in the group if you need the answer right away. Alright guys, you have a wonderful weekend and I will catch you Monday.